Hi, Marnilynn here of Paper Rock Silver. Today I'm going to be working on another set of 5x7 cards, and I'm using some already made embellishments, and I have finally figured out how to use my steampunk stencil. So this is going to be an exciting set of cards to make, and I'm using my handwriting stencil as well. So let's get started working on our backgrounds. And here we go. I have set out the colors that I want to use on my backgrounds, and I am squishing the color onto my platform so that when I add some water to it, mix it up a little bit with a paintbrush, then it will be absorbed quickly onto my paper. I did realize after I was working on this for a few times that I didn't put enough water on it, and therefore the color wasn't coming onto the paper the way I wanted. So I will try it again with the other 5x7 blank front of the card. I find it works best to wipe off the board every time I'm finished putting paint on it or ink on it, because it's better to have a clean background where the ink will stick to the board better. I also realized after I had done editing that I didn't use one color, which is the mahogany red, and that would have possibly been better to use on the handwriting stencil, but it is what it is. I'm just adding some leftover to the other first page that I had done, and it looks much better. I'm going to use my heat gun and dry the paper a little bit faster, and be careful that I don't warp the paper or burn it. Now, using some of the background color and adding some more color to it, I am able to put the color of frayed burlap over some of the stencil to put it onto the card, but I don't want to fill the whole card in with that color. I just want to have some gears and stuff here and there on the background. And you can see I'm having to move the stencil around to make sure that I cover the whole page with a little bit of the gears. It's so much fun making cards and editing them. I have so much fun doing it. Doesn't this look awesome? Now, taking the stencil of handwriting, I am going to use the same technique of just adding some color here and there, so there's a sort of a splash of handwriting on the card. We don't need to see what all the words say, and it is a really lovely saying in the handwriting, but the effect is just to have that look on the background. Just filling in a little bit more. And now we move on to the next part. I'm going to take this beautiful blue and go around the edge of all of the cards. And then when I'm done that, I'm going to take the vintage photo color and put that on top, because I want the card to look old. And when it's on the card itself, it will really pop up with the white background of the card. When I've done the vintage photo, then I will take black and put that around, because that really makes the center of the card stand out, giving the cards a little round cut. I like that look on my cards. And here's the black that I was talking about. Just covers up any white that may be showing from having cut the corners. And now we move on to the next. I was looking at these little paper flowers that I made, and I realized I hadn't covered the bottom of the flower with the ink, so I'm just using one of my dabbers and twisting some color onto the back. Taking a sponge makeup eyeshadow applicator, I am putting a little bit of black onto the edges just so that when you're looking at the card, you can really see the definition of the flowers and the three-dimensional of them. These flowers do stick up quite a bit higher than all of the other cards that I have been doing. But it really turned out to be a beautiful little card. And as you can see, the black hitting the edges of the flower really does make them stand out. Now I'm doing some black around the sentiment because there was a little too much white still on the card. Now using double-sided sticky tape, I'm going to put that on the back of the card so that when I place it onto the card itself, as these are the card fronts, it won't move around. It takes a little while to be doing this process, but it is so much fun. I can't express it enough. I just enjoy doing this whole process of making cards and making videos. Now I'm just pulling the back of the stickiness off so I can lay it down on the card itself. And here we go. See how it pops off with the white background. Now I take my brayer and I'm pushing the paper and the card together so that it sticks. And adding some clear glue to the flowers. Thank you for spending some time with me. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so you know every time I put up a new video. And we'll see you in the next one.